Morning everybody, Max here at Greenwell Farms, the home garden. Just finishing up the daily seeding, part of the weekly seeding. I seeded some Hackeri turnips, some purple prince turnips, some radish, fresh breakfast radish, some spring onions, salad onion type thing, beets, and an Australian, actually this is a whole leaf lettuce mix. And then some spinach, it's time to plant spinach again, and some snow peas, but that's not why we're here today. The reason for the video today is to talk about tomatoes and their suckers and what I do with them, and what you might want to do with them after watching this video. And before I forget, if you like the content in this kind of video, give the video a like and follow the page and subscribe and hit that bell so that you can learn when new videos are coming up and information is coming out. Gonna get this channel active and hopefully I can build it up and get a pretty good following and get some information out there and get some food growing. But anyways, tomatoes and their suckers. All right, so over the years, the last 10 years I've been doing this, I've heard from a lot of people when it comes to indeterminate tomatoes, which these are, that one is and this one is, that I should do what's called a hard pruning. So if you look, there's a fruit set, and everything up the stalk except for the fruit set until the top leaf set or flower set, you strip it clean. It's called hard pruning, and then the vegetation that remains is above the flowering set or the fruiting set, whichever the case may be, because each stalk, it doesn't need a pile of leaves. It's 3-4 leaves tops. Each stalk on the plant is its own independent energy source. So I've been led to believe over the years that you need a lot of vegetation to feed the whole plant, when in fact each branch on the plant, I'm finding out, is its own energy source. It's its own source. It's its own thing. It's just hooked in with the rest of it. So yeah, I'll show you what I'm talking about a little better here. Got some pollinators here around the garden. That's always important. And yeah, so here we go. These were volunteer tomatoes. We're not sure what kind they are, but we do know that they're indeterminate. So indeterminate means they will grow continually through the season. Determinate is like your beefsteaks, your aromas, that type of thing. You determine the harvest. They'll grow, and at a certain maturity, you get a big bounty of tomatoes. They're determinate. So these are indeterminate. They'll just keep growing. They can grow up a vine like this one that I've done, and that'll grow up the vine and right up the trellis, and it'll just be flower sets going all the way up. But you can see the results are, I've always thought over the years, this can't be right. Something about that system is wrong because the yield is horrible. This yield, on the other hand, is going to be incredible. So it started way down here. This is the original stock that these tomatoes came from. Okay, so you follow my hand, follow the dancing hand. Okay, so my hand goes up here, follows the original stock, right? And it goes all the way up to here. So starting way back down here, I started cleaning off all the vegetation and leaving the suckers. Okay, I didn't cut the suckers off. I left the suckers to grow out, and I treated them the same as the main stock. The only vegetation on the leader stock is what you see there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and a 4th leaf. And then you've got your flower set, you've got a sucker, you've got a flower set, you've got a sucker, you've got, that's just a crazy leaf. You've got a tomato set, there's no more leaves, right? It's just the top. That's all it needs. It's its own energy source. This branch, its own energy source. This branch, own energy source. So it keeps the plant very clean. It stops any issues of molding or rotting, high humidities, especially with the rain that we've been having. Huge high humidities. The other day at 5 o'clock earlier in the week, I was out here, it was 97% humidity. So by cleaning the plant this way, having it cleared off except for the top needed vegetation to bring in the sunlight, and just tomatoes and flowers, there's huge amounts of airflow. No chance of anything rotting off in this kind of growing system. The other benefit, it's too bad it's so early. It's the sun's still just starting to come up, but through the day you can watch that the bees will just come right through. They'll just head right down the garden, and they feast on they load up on the flowers because they're accessible. When you've got a tomato that's all packed in with a whole bunch of leaves and vegetation, it's hard to see the flowers for the bees. They don't see those flowers. Only the ones that are exposed and have made it through the vegetation. Every flower is exposed on this plant, and I can choose to just pollinate it myself by giving it a shake. Do that for a couple of seconds, but I prefer watching the bees do it, and they love coming through here. They go to every flower. We're going to have such a bounty of tomatoes in the home garden to go with the salads that it's going to be incredible. Yeah, the seeding that I was doing, I do a daily seeding every day through the week, and of different things. I have certain things I seed on certain days, and I have certain areas that I seed them in too. So we'll do another video on that. But I hope you learned something from what I do. I don't keep the vegetation growing. I may have to at some point maybe tie these things up so that they don't fall over, but they're pretty solid. They're pretty tough, and they're not going to go anywhere because they don't have the huge amount of leaf. I'm wondering about the tomato sets, if they're going to weigh it down, and we'll have to see. I might have to start tying some stuff up, but the vegetation is what weighs the plant down. You need tomato cages. You need to put a whole bunch of stakes around it. It's crazy. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to try it this way. We're going to follow along through the season, see how it goes, and I think we're going to get some pretty good results because it's what I've been doing with both of them, and they're coming along pretty good. I've got some determinants over here. I'm not sure what I'm doing with them. I'm mixed. I want to take the suckers off, and I want to leave the suckers on, but I'm still figuring out what I want to do. But yeah, got some turnips coming up. Got some lettuces every day. Every other day we're picking lettuces. We pick turnip leaves. All of this stuff is totally edible. All of it. You pick it every other day, and there's 5 of us that live here, and we eat salads every day. It's super good. Yeah. All right. Hope you picked something up from this video. If you did, please give it a like, share it, follow along, subscribe to the channel, and get out there and grow some food. See what you can do with your plants. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments. Get a hold of me. I'm all over social media, Greenwheel Farms, and I'll answer your questions if I can. All right, you guys have a great day. Enjoy the weekend. Cheers from Greenwheel Farms.